Opting to reside in a mid-sized town like Omaha has its advantages, especially in terms of securing a sizable plot of land. I chose this location because acquiring a substantial piece of land here is more feasible compared to other states. Despite the modest size of my house, it exudes a comfortable atmosphere that suits solo living well. Let me take you back to a rainy day in 2017 during spring. It seemed like it was raining almost every single day that month. On a particular Sunday, I was home from work, spending the day watching TV and relaxing. Around 6 or 7 in the evening, I heard an unexpected knock on my door. Given the constant rain, I was surprised to see a random guy standing there. Not a mailman or anyone expected. This was unusual because my house was far from the usual path, making it rare for someone to show up unannounced. I asked him, "How can I help you?" The guy, appearing to be in his late 20s, explained that he had been camping in the nearby woods and got into some trouble. He needed a place to stay for the night. Considering the location of my house, I figured if he wasn't lying, I was the closest option within 5 or 6 miles into the woods. The pouring rain added to my sympathy for him, but the idea of letting a stranger into my home raised some concerns. I proposed that he use my phone to arrange transportation into town, but he turned down the offer, saying he couldn't stay here. I watched him go down the dirt road for a bit, and then he disappeared off into the woods. It seemed peculiar, but I didn't linger on the thought and resumed watching TV. A couple of hours later, deep into the night, I noticed an orange glow outside my backyard window. Curious, I moved the curtain, and through the rain and fog, I saw a campfire in the middle of the woods. It was small, flickering under a large tree, rain pouring down on it. Next to the fire was the outline of a figure holding something. I couldn't tell whether they were facing my house or turned away. After a moment, I closed the curtains and took immediate action by contacting the police to inform them about the unidentified person lingering outside my house. Acknowledging the potential delay in their response, I felt a pressing need to have the individual away from my house before I went to sleep. After contacting the police, I returned to the window to reassess the situation. The fire continued to burn faintly, and the mysterious figure had vanished. Then I heard footsteps approaching the house. I ran to another window and caught sight of him walking past with a hunting rifle in his hand. He turned the corner and went to the front door, banging on it a few times before it went quiet. Instinct kicking in, I quickly retrieved my self-defense handgun from the closet in the hallway. Taking cover around a nearby wall, I struggled with the need to comprehend the unfolding situation. The intruder continued his assault on the door, this time using the stock of his rifle, dangerously close to breaking a panel. Feeling a surge of urgency, I acknowledged the necessity of scaring him off immediately to prevent any further escalation. I fired my gun at the doorframe, making a really loud noise that made me unable to hear for a moment. When I could hear again, all the noise outside had stopped. After 5 anxious minutes of quiet, I gathered the courage to look through the peephole. I saw no one on the porch, but there were footprints in the yard leading away from the house. It seemed the person ran away, right after I shot the gun. The police arrived and carried out a thorough search. They found something disturbing near the campfire, a backpack that seemed to have been buried and dug up just before the attack. The police thought it could be a kit for robbery, or even murder, hidden ahead of time to be used later. This meant the attacker had planned this and had been near my house at least once before that night. The motive behind the attack remains unknown, and the whereabouts of the assailant are still a mystery, even 4 years later. I continue to live in the same house, but the fear of a potential return visit lingers every day. It's a chilling reminder that danger can sometimes come unexpectedly, even in a seemingly peaceful town.